Hey everyone, I'm Robbie Cornthwaite.
I'm Daniel Mullen.
I'm Angelo Costanzo.
I'm Marco Flores.
I'm Marcelo Carusca.
I'm Ian Fife.
This is Casio, and you're watching.
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 And you are watching
Purebred Reds, Adelaide United Fan TV.
Hi, I'm Daniel Mullen, former Adelaide United player and Asian Champions League winner with Western Sydney Wanderers. When it comes to any of my soccer needs, I do my shopping here at Soccer Locker. An Australian-owned and operated business, the store is located at Shop 5 of 181 to 183 Grange Road, Findon. Founded in 2017, Soccer Locker was introduced into the market to fulfil all the soccer-related needs of Australians, providing a huge range of quality clothing and equipment ranging from soccer balls, team kits, goalkeeper gear, accessories and much more. Recently arrived stock also includes stunning retro kits from some of our favourite past eras as fans of the world game. Soccer Locker is a specialist in premier range boots, Adidas and Puma, goalkeeper gear and licensed merchandise. Visit us online at www.soccerlocker.com.au with free delivery Australia-wide. So get shopping now at our Findon store, open from 10 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. from Monday to Friday and open Saturdays.
Hello and welcome to the Purebred Reds, Adelaide United Fan TV. You've joined Ellis Gelios for another episode here. We're reviewing the final round game against Western United, beating them 2-1 at Cooper Stadium on Sunday evening. And what a result it was. Our fifth straight win, first win against Western United at Cooper Stadium. And of course, the result ultimately securing us fourth place in the A-Leagues competition this season. It means that we'll get a home final, which is a fantastic return on what's felt at times like a pretty long and draining season. It hasn't been the full package in terms of, we've been a brilliant side that came out firing from the very beginning in round one. But we just gradually sort of flew under the radar, gathered momentum at critical times, and have really gone on to amass a surprising amount of good results. And it all started for me with that surprise win against Sydney FC, beating Sydney away from home a number of weeks ago now. It was 3-2 in the end, but I don't think we ever expected to win that game. That was before Sydney went on their Asian Champions League run. And basically, we went into that game. It was a Tuesday night, I think, from memory. And we went into that game not expecting to win it, for sure, because our record away in Sydney was bad, even though Sydney haven't been that great this year. And given the way the game went, Sydney taking the lead twice in that game, we were far from sort of pulling a win out of the bag and, shocking the entire football community in Australia with a win. That was really sort of the game that kind of shut Sydney FC's coffin with the final nail closed. And it really set us on our way. There's no question about it. 5 wins we then went on to get. And I'm really, really pleased with a lot of things going on at the moment. So let's get into it. The review against Western United. 2-1 in the end, obviously. We'll go through the lineups. So Gauchi starting in goals for us. Lopez and Kiddo, the fullbacks. Lockie Barr and Alexander Popovic, the centre-halves. Isais and Juande in the middle. Then joining them, we had Blackwood playing just behind Kusini Yengi. Goodwin and Oliveira out wide on the wings. And for Western United, John Aloisi coming back to his hometown state. Young in goals. Garuccio, Nikolai Topper-Stanley, Krihin and Tamaki Imai, the defenders. Wales, Skotadis, Kilkenny and Payne across the middle. And then Wenzel Hall's playing in just behind Prijovic, who could have had a better day out, that's for sure. A fantastic win, though. They took the lead through Wenzel Halls, who was a bit of a rascal in this game, coming head-to-head with Alexander Popovic. They had a bit of a coming together, let's say, which went on and on. And look, they started well. You would have thought at the time that Western United were in a really, really fantastic position to at least suffocate us and prevent us from winning, which is all they needed, really, going into the finals. But in the end, look, we came back through a fantastic goal from Javi Lopez. What a fantastic goal that was. Just found the corner from range and really good passing combinations in the lead up to that goal too. And then we saw, obviously, the winner from Kiddo late on, which was just an extraordinary moment. It didn't even look like he knew he'd kind of scored. It was that sensational and that blasé. But hasn't Kiddo just had an amazing season? And that's where I want to actually start. Ryan Kiddo, gee whiz, he's come flying out of the blocks. He might be sought after in fullback after how he's performed this season. Well and truly, I mean that. He was deemed by many fans, and I'm sure, some slightly more important opinions than just fans towards the start of the preseason as probably being a very bit part player for us, coming off the bench where needed just to, secure results and be a solid kind of late minute sub, 10 minutes, just see it out, Ryan, get the ball in the corners. But he's been absolutely influential and critical for us this year. And to see him score that goal was fantastic. Really, really pleased for him. Pleased for George Blackwood. He's actually, in the end, defied a fair few of us, and I have to include me in that this year with his 5 goals. Not a bad return for George, and like he said in his post-game press conference, it feels like being in the side starting every week, that's starting to get him in a position where he can back up performances consistently, which is what he needs to do. Because, the fact that he's somewhat crucial to us is just never going to go away. He's that classic mold of a striker where, when he's on the park, we're going to swing balls into him. He's the target man. And whether he likes being the 9 or not, he's, very much always going to be involved. And Kusini actually started, speaking of 9s, and had a pretty good game. Always a hard customer for defenders to mark, but some difficult news to digest with Kusini. It's rumoured that he's off to Western United, of all clubs. So that's going to be quite hard, a bitter pill to swallow, if we end up seeing Kusini move on. Because out of Apostolos Stamatolopoulos and Kusini Yengi, the 2 9s who are friends going back from the Adelaide Comets Juniors days, to see both of them move on and leave us will be very disappointing. 2 players that we've obviously produced here in Adelaide, and I'll be disappointed to see that. But the one I really want to talk about before we get on to all collective matters is young Alexander Popovic, the centre-back. My goodness, they say the old adage is with defenders that just get thrown in randomly and actually perform really well. If they're not noticeable by fans, it means they're doing a good job. And this kid, not only has he been doing a good job, but he actually showed some real fire in the belly in that exchange with Wenzel Halls, who knows how to get under people's skin. And I thought that was great to see that from Alexander Popovic. Really good stuff. Credit to Lockie Bar too for being in and around the setup. But I think it's all been about Alexander Popovic this season in terms of unearthing centre-backs, much-needed centre-backs. And don't we look the winners here? Moving Elzy on, who obviously wanted a higher wage to go over to Newcastle Jets. Newcastle don't end up making finals. We blood a young kid who basically looks like he's going to command that position going forward now. And, on a scholarship wage probably. So the club doing some great business there. But I want to get onto the main sort of collective sentiment here, which is that I just thought, man, we've won 4 games in a row. Last season, if you recall, we had Western Sydney Wanderers come and we only had to beat them. It was a home game. It was rainy weather again. And we only had to beat Western Sydney, and then we would have secured a home final. As things went last season, we actually ended up playing Brisbane Roar away from home in the first finals game and winning that game unexpectedly. But we made life hard for ourselves by not winning that first game against Western Sydney. It all felt to me like the same thing was going to happen. I thought Western United, we've never beaten them at home. The Mariners won, so there was all that pressure on us just building up. And I just thought, this doesn't feel good. And especially when Western United took the lead as well, I thought this is done. We're going to go out and play Central Coast away from home, which on paper, that's a bloody hard fixture for us at this point in time, with the Mariners, the biggest overachievers this season in the A-League by far, and surprising everyone and playing very well. So I thought, geez, I'd love a home final, and we ended up getting it in the end, which was fantastic. Plenty to look forward to. And look, there's one thing I'm going to quickly chat about. The Adelaide United football director, Vito Basile, is no longer with the club. He actually left the club. in very mysterious circumstances. No announcement made. And I've just heard about this recently. It was said in commentary by Simon Hill as well on Paramount Plus. So that is some very strange news. We're going to have to investigate that. But other than that, all things looking pretty healthy with the club at the moment. And thank you to our sponsor, Soccer Locker. Great to get the win, and we'll see you very soon here on Purebred Reds. Thank you very much for watching.